Hello, and welcome to another Inebriated Warriors Cats review. Spoilers ahead, I'm actually going to remember to say it this time. And today we're doing the last book of the Prophecies Begin, Book 6, The Darkest Hour. And this, again, it was a lot like Dangerous Path, where I thought that a lot more stuff happened earlier in the book, but no, everything happens in the second half for some reason. So the main points of this particular book, we start out with Fireheart going to the High Stones and getting his 9 lives, High Moonstone and getting his 9 lives. He then names White Storm Deputy, and almost like it starts getting weird. So Leopard Star and Tiger Star join forces to become Tiger Clan, and they want Wing Clan and Thunder Clan to join them, and Tall Star and Firestar are both like, absolutely not, we would rather die. And so Shadow Clan goes and attacks Wing Clan and like decimates them, and Gorse Paw dies. And then I think right before that, Firestar, Graystripe, and Ravenpaw, because Ravenpaw is in a couple parts of this book, go to the River Clan camp, or the Tiger Clan camp, and they see Tiger Star ordering Stonefur in order to prove his loyalty to kill Featherpaw and Stormpaw. And of course he refuses, and he says that they would have to go through him, and they do, and it's very sad, and Stonefur died like a hero. They were able to get the apprentices and Mistyfoot out of a cave, and they went back to ThunderClan. Let's see. Somewhere in there, Darkstripe poisons Sorrel Kit because she saw him meeting with Blackfoot, which was the Shadow Clan deputy. Okay. And so all of this happens, and then they go, all 4 clans come together, or 3 clans at this point, to talk about Tiger Clan, I guess. And this is when Tiger Star introduces Blood Clan. And I don't think I have to explain much. It's got Scourge. He's this tiny cat, and everybody's obsessed with him for some reason, even though he's only in like the last part of this book. He had very little page time, truly. He spoke maybe 15 times in the whole book, and everybody loves him. And so Scourge is like, you don't order around my warriors. They answer to me. And Tiger Star jumps at Scourge, and Scourge does one of the more brutal deaths in the series. And I've got the old version. Apparently it's been redacted since I had this book, but originally Scourge, it says he clawed Tiger Star from his throat to his tail. And then Tiger Star proceeds, as everybody remembers, 9 times back to back. He comes to life and then dies, comes to life and dies. And that was quite traumatic. I didn't think that was all that terrible as a child, because I just really hated him. Honestly, I hated Darkstripe more. By the end of this book, I hated Darkstripe even more. But he's just so annoying. And of course, so then it's like, okay, it's a matter of getting Blood Clan out of the forest. And so Wind Clan and Thunder Clan are like, okay, well, we're together. And Firestar decides, oh, okay, well, Tiger Star's gone now, so maybe Shadow Clan and River Clan will come and help us, and we'll become Lion Clan. Oddly enough, Lion Clan and Tiger Clan, I don't think are ever mentioned again in this series, as far as I know. I had completely, like, I remember Tiger Clan. I did not remember Lion Clan. And anyways, so Scourge kills Firestar. He comes back to life. Scourge is like, what? You come back to life? And he's like, yeah, we have Star Clan. That's what you're missing. Rah! And, well, not raw. Whatever cats do. Rah! That sounded pathetic. Anyways, better than that. Firestar sounded better than that. And he kills Scourge, and then all the Blood Clan cats are like, there's no leader anymore. What do we do? Run! And unfortunately, we have deaths from this. Stonefur, obviously, I mentioned already. Torn Ear, Bone, and Darkstripe, and White Storm are all killed in battle. Also, Bone. Bone is... he's basically Scourge's deputy, as far as they have something like that. He kills White Storm. And then probably one of the best things that's happened in the series, all the apprentices who loved White Storm so much dogpile Bone and like tear him to pieces by sheer number of cats. And that's pretty intense, like thinking about a 8-month-old cat killing a huge cat, or like 7 of them doing it. Changes in leadership and stuff like that. So obviously Fireheart is now Firestar. Thornpaw becomes Thornclaw. Lostface is finally renamed to Brightheart. Tawnypaw goes to Shadow Clan because there's quite a bit of like just clan bullying in this book, particularly towards Bramblepaw and Tawnypaw. And Tawnypaw just gets sick of it. Is like, screw you, I'm going to go live with my dad. So she ends up staying in Shadow Clan even after he's dead. Let's see. After White Storm dies, immediately after, Firestar says, okay, Graystripe, you're my deputy now. And everybody was pretty happy about that. Blackfoot will become Blackstar by the next book. And then Mistyfoot is the new deputy of River Clan now that Stonefur is gone. There were a couple things that I noticed in all of this. One of them was Nightstar died in the last book. And so he specifically didn't get 9 lives. So he only lost 1. And there's something ironic about going from that to getting 9 lives and losing them all at once. So that was... I feel like it really set up, because that's apparently what all the other cats thought happened to Nightstar. And so it really sets up what's actually going to happen to Tigerstar. And I had never really considered that before. Also, we've got Mistyfoot and Stonefur, so River Clan and Thunder Clan. We have Featherpaw and Stormpaw, also River Clan and Thunder Clan. And Leopard Star, or Crooked Star, I don't know which one did this, gave Featherpaw to Mistyfoot and Stormpaw to Stonefur. And it was a little on the nose with that. Like, I know they're supposed to be mirrors of each other, like, we get it. One of the sadder things was that White Storm going into the battle basically was like, it was good being your deputy, and Firestar's like, you're not gonna die. Okay, White Storm dies. And he knew he was gonna die, and he still went willingly. And probably proudly too. Which was just, there was a lot of death or like the fear of death looming over this, and how every moment he was thinking about it might be the last time. Which, with me already knowing that he wins, not really as driving as it could be. It mostly just struck me as odd as how, well, it is called the darkest hour. It got dark. I say that as if nothing dark has happened up until this point. My favorite parts are definitely Darkstripe dying. I was quite happy when he was dead. The Apprentice's killing Bone, and Firestar's 9 Live ceremony. I just really like the 9 Live ceremony. The last one that I got to read about was for Ice Star, and I really enjoyed Tiger Heart Star because I have read Tiger Heart Shadow. It was really good to see his ceremony, and it was very they all seem really emotional in the end. A lot of those types of scenes. My least favorite part is just like everything happens at the end. Like I was going through my book and I was like, I'm halfway through this book and Stonefur hasn't even died yet. And it's crazy how slow it seemed moving up to that point, and then everything all at once. Truly everything all at once. It was also cool that Brightheart got to fight as a warrior, and Firestar told her that if she survived the battle, that she would be sleeping in the warrior's den from now on. And I just thought that was something really sweet to say. I think that's all I have to say about this book. I tried to keep it shorter this time. I enjoyed the first arc. It is very well written, just overall, really, really well written. And I've read some of the later arcs too, so I know that in some ways there's a reason why none of the other arcs hold up as well as the first one, because it was just the original. And beyond just nostalgia, I think that its plot line was probably one of the better ones. Though all of this would have been solved if Tiger Claw had just, like, he plotted to kill so many cats. He could have just killed Firepaw from the beginning. So, don't know what's going on there. And that probably would have made Blue Star lose her mind because she lost the fire that was going to save the clan. So either way, Blue Star was going to go crazy. Speaking of Blue Star, I've got to do 3 super editions. So the first one is going to be Blue Star's Prophecy. Now, I have read this before, so this is going to be a reread. Crooked Star's Promise and Yellowfang's Secret I have never read, and those are going to be interesting. I'm not ready for this book. Like, this book is painful. I remember how painful it was. And then I go on Reddit and everybody's talking about, I just finished Blue Star's Prophecy and I'm in pain. So, yeah, I know the pain is coming. But I hope you all will join me next time for Inebriated Warriors reviews, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, again, that was a picture.